Hi everybody, welcome to EducAd Consulting channel. My name is Yuliya. I am a co-founder of EducAd Consulting. Today we're going to talk about clearing. Clearing as a second chance to get a place at UK University. Now, what is clearing? Clearing is a process which is started by UCAS, where your application to university would have taken place, and it opens on the 5th of July in 2025. Usually it's always beginning of July every year and closes around October. In 25 it will be 20th of October this year. And clearing basically is a process where you could choose for alternative places in universities in the UK which have not been filled yet and which usually have lower expectations or lower requirements than what you applied for originally. It's a very useful tool in cases when you haven't got a place at your first or second choice of university, when you got your results in the middle of August, A-level results in the middle of August. Now, there are some criteria, eligibility criteria for clearing, where you get your results in mid-August for A-levels or beginning of July for IB, and you realize that you haven't met any of the places. Now, it will take you a while to realize that, because sometimes if you are 1 mark off, you will have to wait on UCAS platform until they confirm that they are not accepting you. Some universities might lower their offer, even if you get 1 mark off, for example, instead of 2 A stars A's, you get 1 A star 2 A's, you might still be accepted. So you cannot enter into clearing until you have been given a status of not accepted into either of your choices on UCAS. Then you have to obviously be ready for clearing, and this is something that you can start earlier. So as soon as you finished your A-level exams, you could start preparing for clearing choices. Clearing opens, as I said, at the beginning of July. You can go on UCAS, have a look what's available there. A lot of choices will not be shown until the actual exam reveal date, so until A-levels come out, but you can still have an idea which university you could apply to. You cannot change your options radically. So if you were applying for maths, you cannot all of a sudden go through clearing and apply for law, let's say. You will have to stay within your field, and then you will have to find an alternative university that offers the same course, or maybe it will offer, instead of economics, which you applied to, it might offer economics and management, for example, or economics and marketing, something like that. It could still be in the same university you applied to if you didn't meet your offer. As following with economics example, economics has higher requirements usually than economics with something. So again, if you are just like that star is missing, or you got a B instead of A in something, then you can still go to the same university if they go through clearing and choose another option, or obviously other universities. Now, not all universities take part in clearing. Usually top universities, Oxford, Cambridge, Imperial, UCL, King's rarely takes part in it, and others. But there are some amazing choices from Russell Group, like Queen Mary and Manchester, etc., which do go through clearing as well. So don't despair if you haven't met your choices. Now, then you have key dates, which we have discussed, and even if you apply to UCAS from abroad, and from abroad, usually you get unconditional offers, sometimes not usually, because if you don't go through A-level system, but it doesn't matter basically. As long as you're registered on UCAS and you don't have offers, or you declined all your offers, you are eligible for clearing. And you do have theoretically till mid or end of October to be given a place at university, but keep in mind that on that day of A-level results, you have to start acting right away, because best choices or most popular choices go quickly. So there might not be something next day after the exams come out which was there on the day of the exams. Now, how do you act quickly? What do you have to do? So stay logged into your UCAS from the night before. Be sure that you are there, that you can see your platform. Make sure that you're somewhere with good internet, a good connection to the internet and computers and telephone, if to call to your school, for example, if you need to, if you're not in the actual school on the day of when exams come out. Then, as we discussed, if you don't have any offers or you decline your offers, which is something you need to think about and get advice on before, you will have all clear for clearing at the UCAS platform, and then you can start calling the university of your choice. You will have to have some information with you, which is very important. You will have to be prepared to quote your UCAS ID, your exam results that if you're in school, you're holding them as a hard copy. If you're at home, you obviously can see them on UCAS platform. You will have to, on the phone, give an explanation sometimes. In terms of, it's an easy one, obviously. I didn't meet my offers. I am, interested in university. Can I go for this course? You'll have to quote the number of the course when you call university. And they might ask you some questions as well. So you might be asked on questions on your personal statement even. So read it beforehand, just so it's fresh in your mind. Have it by your side as well. You might be asked why you're going for us, not other universities, etc. People who pick up the phones are usually not the main decision makers. They are quite often they are volunteers of master's degrees, etc. Sometimes they're from admission team. So be ready to be told that, we are accepting you in principle, and then it might take a couple of hours, sometimes even next day, rarely, which is nerve-wracking, but it does happen, where you will have to wait for that sign on your UCAS platform to show that you have a confirmed offer from that university that you ran. You cannot start running to different universities, unfortunately. It's the one that you have to choose and then get an offer from them. If they tell you no on the phone, for sure, then you can start running others. If they tell you that it's a yes in principle and you have to wait, then you just have to wait, unfortunately. Try to distract yourself, think of something else, and just wait for that sign on the platform. Now, you can prepare in advance, as I said. You can start looking at clearing options from 5th of July, beginning of July. Particularly if you did IB course, then you would know your results by 5th of July as well, beginning of July in other years. And you can then start basically choosing courses as well. It will not be confirmed until A-levels come out, but you will have a good idea that whether you will need clearing or not. You'll have a firm idea, basically. Be quick and be flexible. Be flexible in a way that most of universities are fun, they're lovely, you will meet friends wherever you go. So stay calm. It's not the end of the world if you didn't get your first or second choice. And basically try not to panic, because it's not going to help you, of course, with choosing the right clearing option either. Now, alternatives to clearing, or what to do if you haven't got the clearing you want, you can have a deferred entry. So you can take a gap year, for example, and then reapply by January that academic year to universities that fit your exam results better. You can try calling unis, we said, through clearing, but also, carry on calling late as well. It does happen that sometimes clearing options are given away and then the person doesn't go for them at the end. So, there's an unlikely chance that if you persist, there might be a choice for you in that particular uni that you want. You could retake the exam, which is very rare, because obviously you need time to prepare, and then you will sit the exam in spring again, and again you will go through the same nerve-wracking process in summer, but some people do go for it. You can appeal your marks, so you can appeal to the exam board that you're not happy with the result. Statistically, I would say there are some successful cases, but there are also cases when the points are even mark down even more, so be ready for that. And also it will take sometimes 2 weeks to get the new result once you have appealed, and again the clearing choices are not going to be waiting for you while you're waiting for your appeal. Or you can turn to a foundation year. Not all universities offer foundation years to A-level holders. Quite often, or sometimes they might be for international students only, but there is that option. So on the day of the result, if you're still keen on, Southampton University Computer Science, for example, you didn't meet your marks, you might see beforehand if they offer foundation, and then ring them on the day and say, I haven't met the grades, can I join you for foundation? And that way you will delay a year, but if you're successful in your foundation year, it's guaranteed that you move on to year 1 in that university. I hope this was helpful. If you need any help with clearing, we have a special service where we can do research for you and look at your profile, you look at your options, and be with you on the phone from 6 in the morning, sometimes on the day of the A-level results. So get in touch for either an advice or full service, and we'll be happy to work with you. Thank you, and don't forget to subscribe.